Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my whole face makeup. This is a very general look, not fancy at all. So I start off with Natural Concealer by Senegence, and I just cover up all the areas that I need covered up. Under eyes, some acne, whatever you want to be covered up, start with that. And don't mind any of the sounds that you hear. My kids were in the bathroom with me, and they like to make lots of noise. If you have kids, you probably know that. Just checking on the boy. Just keep concealing and keep covering up anything that you don't want to be shown. And with Senegence, it is best to put the concealer on first. It just covers up a lot better that way. I've done it after the foundation, and it just doesn't work as well. Now, foundation, I use the color Cream Beige, and I just do maybe a half a pump, and then I use a flat stippling brush to just kind of dab it all over my face, and just kind of rub it in, but kind of dot at the same time. Just blend it all in and make sure you got it covered. And you want to let it dry after you put it on, and if you need to put on more for a little bit fuller coverage, then go ahead and do that. Next, I have Blushsense in the bronze color that I use for just a little bit of contouring. I don't do too much contouring just because I haven't done it that much, and I still have a lot to learn. But I do like to kind of contour my cheeks just a little bit, just to make them look a little thinner, and you just put small dots. A little bit goes a long way, so do not do too much, or else you will have a lot of darkness on your cheeks. And that's how it is with all Senegence makeup. A little bit goes a long way, and you don't want to overdo it. It's always better to add more, because taking away color is a lot harder than adding color. Next is the Natural Translucid Powder. It comes with a container that you can put the powder through the brush, but I just don't really like containers like that. So I just make sure that I get a little bit of powder on the top of the brush, then I just screw the brush off, and I take another brush and I just tap it and wipe it all over my face. The translucid powder really helps to set your foundation, to make sure that it lasts a long time, and it just really helps to soak in oil and any of that stuff. Next, I take a translucid powder in the Bronze Dust color. This is just basically a bronzer, and I put it anywhere that the sun touches. A little bit on my nose, on my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks, a little bit along my jawbone, just kind of to add a little bit of glow and a little bit of color. Next, I use blush. I don't have Senegence in the right color yet, so I just use my old stuff. I use a little darker on the top of my cheekbones, and then I take a bright pink color that's a lot lighter on the apples of my cheeks. Just kind of smile and dab dab. Next, I put eye primer on. A lot of people do not need eye primer if they are using the Shadow Sense, but my eyelids are just extra oily, so I find that eye primer just helps to make sure that my Shadow Sense lasts. This is Brow Sense, and Brow Sense, it comes with a brush on one side, and then it has a small brush applicator on the other side, kind of like a liquid eyeliner. So you just brush it on your eyebrow, and then you brush it through, and you just keep going. And you do want to make sure that you brush it out right away, because the Brow Sense does dry pretty quickly. So if you don't brush it out, then you could have globs of the makeup. Now for me, I'm not completely sure how I feel about the Brow Sense yet, because I do feel like it takes a long time to put on. I do like how it looks, and I like that it stays all day long, but I just feel like it kind of takes a long time. So my next step is to find a Sense color that matches my eyebrows and to get that and try that out, because I feel like that would be a lot faster. But I do like the Sense because it does last a long time, and I feel like it matches my face fairly well. Next, I'm going to use the Onyx Shadow Sense for my eyeliner. I love this stuff. I just use a small angled brush, and I just take a little bit off of the applicator of the Shadow Sense. Now, Shadow Sense is a cream to powder, so it's going to go on a liquid. And then you have about 1 to 2 minutes to blend or to move the Shadow Sense around until it dries and it stays for good. So there's one eye, and then you just get the brush on the applicator, and you want to start in the middle of your eye and move out. So you want the outside of your eye to be a little thicker, and you want the inside of your eye to be, I found on my eyes that the inside of the eye, if I have it as thin as I can get it, then that is best. Next, I'm using the Mulberry Shadow Sense for all over the lower part of my eyelid. Now again, a little bit goes a long way. So you want to, I just did 2 little dots, and then I use a blending brush to just move it around. And it's also best for Shadow Sense that you do one eye at a time, because it will start to dry and it'll be harder to move around and blend. So you want to do one eye at a time and just move it around one at a time till you get the look that you want. Now for my accent color, I'm using Smoked Topaz Shimmer. This is a really pretty brown color, and it just has a little bit of sparkle to it. So again, I just put a tiny bit on my finger, and then I take a blending brush and just blend it out. And again, you're just doing one eye at a time, because it will start to dry and you won't get the look that you want if you put it on both eyes and try to blend it. So again, just a tiny bit, blend it out. And the accent color, you really want to just do like a V on the side of your eyes, because that'll help your eyes look bigger and help them pop out more. It's a little under eye eyeliner brush that I got at the dollar store, and I'm using the same color, and I'm just putting a little bit under my eye just to help kind of make my eyes look bigger and get a little bit of color under there. And I learned somewhere that if you do black on top, you want to do like a brown or a lighter color on the bottom so your eyes don't feel quite as heavy. Now, I don't have a highlight color for my Shadow Sense yet, so I have just been using my old highlight color, and I just put it on my brow bone, and then in the corner of my eyes, and then just a little bit on the middle. And then I take a blending brush and blend it out. Just blend, blend, blend. And I dropped something. Now you want to make sure that you curl your eyelashes. What I do is I take my hairdryer and I just heat it up for a few seconds. You don't want to do it too long, or pinched myself. You don't want to do it too long or you're going to burn your eyelid, and that does not feel good. Now, so you can already tell the difference. Now, I was doing a little dance, so I got a little distracted. Do the other eye, but it was too hot, so I blew on it. Oh, still a little too hot. And you just want to curl your eyelashes, and you kind of want to just curl and move it up a little bit. Now next I have the Black Lash Sense, and this is waterproof mascara, and it layers pretty well. So at first it's not going to look very thick, but I find if I do a few layers on each eye, then it helps them to look a lot thicker. So a little tip, if you want them to look extra long, then hold your mascara wand vertically, and to make sure that you get all those tips of your eyelashes. And to make them thicker, you hold it horizontally and just kind of wiggle wiggle. So just put the mascara on, and now I'm gonna do another layer. Try to let it dry for a few seconds in between, and attempt not to get mascara all over your eyes, which I have a hard time with sometimes, but I just take a Q-tip and wipe it off. And just keep going until you get the look that you want. And this is great waterproof mascara. It does not budge. It is awesome. Now Lipsense time. Now you want clean, dry lips. So clean your lips off. I used witch hazel, but you can just use water. I'm trying Love It today. This is the first time I've ever tried it. You want to make sure you shake it. Shake, 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 shake. And keep shaking it. And then, because you want to make sure that the color is nice and dispersed throughout, then you want to keep your lips apart. You're going to go the same way. I got a little bit too much color there, so I took a little bit off. I'm going to go the same way each time. And make sure you get in your waterline. That was the first layer. You're going to do 3 layers. And layer 2. I'm doing the same way. And in the waterline. Then layer 3. Go from side to side. And then the top. You can go from one corner to the other on the top. I just like to start in the middle. You just want to make sure you're not going back and forth, because if you do that, then you're going to wipe it off, kind of like a dry erase board. So don't go back and forth with your color. Now let that dry. Oh, I had something in my teeth. How long has that been there? Now you take the gloss, and the gloss, it doesn't matter. You can go back and forth, whichever way. And that's going to seal in your color, and it's going to hydrate your lips. And it's going to feel really nice. So thanks for watching. That's my face. And if you have any questions, comment below.